Hey guys, back with another Maplestory M video here. This time, Damien Clear. Damien Clear, we are stoked. We're hyped. We are I mean, this one felt real good. We had a lot of our second clear, but we had a lot of people not not appreciating our first clear, not giving it the respects that um giving the team the respect that they deserved. And so this one, we had a little chip on our shoulder on this one. People were hyped up, and nothing gets the juices flowing like really haters disrespecting us, and thinking that we can't get it done. And we grinded hard for this one. This was not easy by any means. This was a late night run for a lot of people. Appreciate the team for staying up late. It wasn't smooth. We had people's phones dying in the middle of a run. We had mishaps early in phase two. We had people DC and crash, but we got it done. And this one, we're gonna show everything we got, and I'm gonna show you. I'll show. We're also gonna show in the description. I'll share the shade point of view, and if any other point of views are shared, you guys are going to see that in the description. Don't forget to follow them and show them some love. These guys are insane players. If you want to learn anything about playing the game or playing their classes, your class, and uh, learn from these guys. They're some of the best players in the world, arguably the best players at their class. So yeah, exciting times. And this one is felt sweet, felt nice. I can't just smiling. The adrenaline after this one. You'll hear the comms. I'll share the comms video as well in the description. It's hyped. It's nuts. It's chaotic. But in this video, I really just want to share sort of everything that we go through. Kind of a pseudo guide per se. I plan on doing a more condensed guide video for you guys, but to help you guys out. But there's a lot that goes on in this run, and it's definitely not the smoothest. It's not the best, but we pulled through. We got it done, and I'm gonna kind of break it down what our thought process was, what things we changed in order to get it done. Because our first run, we got the Mercedes bug, and we cleared at 9:32. So not a smooth, not a blowout, not easy. This one was pretty much the same time. So we really picked up the slack on the DPS. Everyone showed up, everyone showed out, and it really came down to mechanics, orbs, altars, rotted, communication, all of it. It was a total team effort. I think what doesn't get enough credit when you look at the DPS charts is the healing, for one, from our bishop and our phantoms, and our support classes really doing their job well, so that the top DPS really could do what they had to do, play their role. Because to be honest, it's easy to just stand there in DPS, right? It's easy to be the aggro and just focus on the boss and positioning and facing him the right way and doing damage, doing your rotation and just surviving. But it's a whole other thing trying to do DPS, trying to do altars, trying to survive orbs, things like that. There's just a way more going on when you're not just standing there and DPSing. And I think all the credit to everyone that, on the team, our Phantoms, our Sias, our Buck, our Bishop, they were really the MVPs, to be honest. And I think the top DPS, Frenchies, Ed, Knuckle would say the same, that they, without them, doing their part, it really doesn't come together. And I think it just gets lost in the DPS meters. And I think that looking back on it, it doesn't tell enough of the story when you just look at the meters. So wanted to give them a shout out. But here's our run. And yeah, let's get that cursor out of there. But as you can see, buff bar at the top, not wasn't our first. Was it our first run in this one? I think it was. No, 15 minutes. So we had, I think right before this, our Sia's phone died, and so we had to start back up. And our phase one is really smooth. The main thing is, look, everyone's on the left side of the boss. He's going to dash left. Rotted goes down. We all get to the corner immediately. This is a strategy that worked with us from day one. We learned this from KMSM. We stun, we split, we burst. And one of the things that we tried to do afterwards was after this. So one of the reasons why we stood in this corner was so that the Rotted guarantee moved here, right? And that's something that I think newer teams have a hard time with when they're trying to burst and stun. The Rotted messes everyone up, makes people move. But if you can control this Rotted, stack up as much as possible in phase one, that's the major key. It just allows everyone to move at the same time, reposition. Popcorn comes down. We call these popcorn. Others call it meteor. And he's like, everyone just dodges. And then we know dash is coming next into the mid. So everyone's right there, back on top of the boss doing damage right here. Black smoke, find the opening. And then dive is coming next. So knowing what's coming, call outs, you'll hear it in our comms video that I'm going to post in the description. All the skills are called out. You got to know what's coming. And here is another, for all those newer teams that struggle in phase one, struggle clearing it in, a certain amount of time, controlling that Rotted, you got to try to stay as stacked up as possible. Try to move that out of the way. But you see all of our names are on the same side. People are on the left, people are on the right. And it just allows for this sword to just be placed in a perfect spot. And you may think that's not perfect because everyone has to move. But the worst part is when there's a skill coming, like dash that's coming next, for people to be split up by the Rotted, right? Dash is going to go left. And right here, we have people on the right side of the Rotted, people on the left side. But most of the team is on the left side. And they just get right back on top of it. Right? And that is crucial. And obviously we have a very fast phase one. Frenchies and Paladins, we crank. But it goes unnoticed that our positioning is key, right? We're all standing in the right spots so that we are able to maximize DPS, control that Rotted, and push through. Because at the end of the day, if your DPS in phase one is not sub 90 seconds, 2 minutes, you're just not going to, you're not doing enough DPS, and it probably has to do with your mechanics. Probably has nothing to do with gear, because we were doing 90 seconds before this max damage cap increase. So it's definitely positioning, getting off to the right track, maximizing your burst. And then phase two, here, we're all trying to move right, even with the orb. And it starts off with dive here, so we all blink up. I move to the right corner, guarantees that dive goes to me. We move the orb out. And we all try to stack up as much as possible here because teleport's coming next. And it just, 9 out of 10 people are here in the corner. So it just guarantees that the teleport's going to land on one of us. It does. It's done. And again, just like phase one, we're all just trying to maximize DPS here, maximize our damage during this stun. And the stun here is important because it not only stuns and DPSs, but it skips skills. And we wanted to skip the right skills. So we stunned after that teleport to skip dash and the blue hand skill that comes next, because that blue hand skill is a pain to deal with. We have problems with it still. So just skipping it is nice and allows for maximum uptime. Everyone just stand there in DPS, and one person with the orb just moves out of the way, right? So here, we all fly up for this blue hand skill, dive right back on top of us. And one of the things that we still have a hard time with is this stun right here. See this orb right here on the right side in the air? If we don't move out of the way, see how people are trying to move to the mid just to not get stunned by that. It's a real pain. You'll figure it out in phase two. It's something you just want to avoid happening. Black Altar came up, and I'm getting that orb out of there. So, again, even the best DPS, even our aggro, if there's the right time to move that orb, you got to move that orb out of the team, especially with 2-3 orbs coming through. It's so important to know, get it out of there, right? Because once it stays on this right side, it's really, really hard to move left and keep left, especially when there's multiple orbs going on. So we do an okay job here moving these orbs. Arandi, Warren, mages are amazing at moving these orbs. Their teleports are just so very strong, and shades are great as well. So here we are, Black Altar on the left. You see those people are moving. They're in. They're out. We have Sup Buddy here. He's standing right next to it, not on the altar because he's not on the altar team, but he's right there just trying to heal the team. And that's something that is very, something that we learned from, Asia. Their world first clear, they have their phantoms take heal. Again, I've talked about it many times, but they heal the team on this altar, and it's good just mechanics and practice for later stages of the fight when those orbs are ticking very hard and very fast and multiple are on the team and on the altar. It's a nice pairing with Bishop's Heal and Fountain and PEs when PEs are on cooldown. So great job by the team there. Everyone's back on top of it here. Orbs are still coming right. So obviously we can do a much better job here getting that orb out. And one of the issues that we have, or if people are late to get that orb out, so you'll see here the orbs are going right. Easy indicator that people aren't doing what they're supposed to do. But then you see no one moves, and then by the time they move, the orb switches. And that is what the issue is, because watch how Frenchie's has the orb right here. You can see by his indicator. Copy's already left on the screen. By the time he moves, see he's moving left right there on his unicorn, the orb switches, right? So he's out of position, and the orbs are out of position, and he's not doing DPS. And so it's just a little bit here and there, things that we can avoid, right? And you guys can avoid as your team. Get those orbs out. If you know it's going right and you position the boss right on the right side and you keep the orbs left, if you know the orbs are going right, take a peek. We try to tell everyone, take a peek. We're calling it out, but take a peek if you're the orb. Get it out of there as quickly as possible. Kind of be more, preventative versus like, reactive, or like, being, when it's too late. Just try to keep it there before, like Arandi and Copy do a great job here, keeping it left. And there, Sup Buddy gets it out. So this is an issue right here. Edward is the orb. And we know that because there's only one orb up. Sup Buddy's to the left. So aggro orb is Edward. He's there moving left and it's following him. People ask about should aggro move if he's orb duty, or should people just move, or should the orb just go to the, stay in the corner and people move accordingly? Because, we want our aggro to be in the right corner to control dashes and Damien's positioning. And it's very situational, right? In this instance, he's not going to dash, and we know that. So we told him to move. He moved and got that orb out of there, right? Even the aggro at times is a sacrifice, because I think Popcorn's coming up next, and we're getting these orbs out of here. Yep, Popcorn, Copy blocks. Those popcorns, those meteors, we have to get those. If we can block them, it's a great mechanic, because those things are, if you get hit by multiple of those, you may not die, but your branding stacks are going to get up. And if you get a rotted because of it, it's just something that's easily avoidable. So if you can have a Phantom on Synchro, just have orb duty, meteor duty, it just helps the team out a ton. One less mechanic to worry about. So Copy does a great job. He's been doing it, his role, for a long time. And we got that altar on the right side, and we're right back into it. Dive or dash right, and reposition the boss, right? Huge. Orbs left, boss back right, and our damage is good, right? And the nice thing here, we got tornadoes. So that was an unfortunate teleport before tornadoes. We just got to figure it out. We got to move back right for this dive. Position it. Perfect. Dives right. And then, same thing. Rinse and repeat. Easier said than done. Obviously, one mistake can just snowball very quickly, especially at the end of the fight. There's a black altars. Got to get it. Teleports. Look at those mages in there. Got there very fast. And one of the things that we changed was that me as a paladin was just a step slow. Shades are our shade and our buccaneer and our mages are very fast moving to the altars. So they did a great job. I don't think we missed one altar, or we got rotted from one altar in this run. So hats off to them. They did a great job. Orbs, here we are. I got to move that orb out. A little late. And that's what I'm talking about. By the time I noticed it, the orb switched, right? And look, bad positioning. So this gets where it gets a little hectic right here. It happens in every run. You just got to handle it, right? Things don't work smoothly. Like orbs are kind of in the middle to the right. Dive went left. There's this stun ball right in the middle. People are just, this is where it could fall apart, right? We could lack DPS. So we tried to avoid it. One person gets stunned there, unfortunately. That was just unfortunate. But we had slashes go to the left as well. And we're debating, moving, repositioning everything. Nope, we stick to our guns. He's going to slash left here, and then he's going to popcorn. So we block it, and we're just saying, huge block right there. Get these orbs to the left still, right? He's going to dash back to the middle. So there's a black altar right there under people over here for this black altar. So that worked out nicely. But we're saying he's going to dash back middle because after meteor/popcorn, he's going to dash. So it's okay. Just make sure no one dies to this dash right here. Use my iframe and repositioned, right? Repositioned right there. Nice teleport. And look, figured it out, right? Just back to what we wanted to be. The perfect positioning setup and no deaths, nothing. DPS is back on track. So that was a situation that could have turned bad, and we just we stayed calm. We figured it out. We knew how to reposition the boss and orbs, and this is practice. This is team mechanics. This is being in this situation before and knowing that we can get through it. That we just have to stay calm and everyone not panicking, right? So that comes with coordination and practice and teaming and synergy and just all that stuff that you can't pay your way through, right? That you can't just show up and out DPS. You can't just brute force it, right? And that's why we are so successful. Yeah, we have huge whales, but we don't have we have big time DPS, but our entire team isn't big time DPS, right? But we've been practicing for months. So we've been practicing before everyone else. So this situation, even though that was challenging, we handled it pretty well. We handled it great. So blockers for the popcorn. We're going to dive here. Everyone up. Perfect. Dash back to the right. Orbs are off the screen. Mirjane Copy did a great job there with orbs or whoever that was. Altars are coming next. Dashing right. Edward, Frenchies are there on the right side. Doing a great job. I misplaced my res. I tried to res, but I didn't realize he was on the left side. So that was unfortunate. Black altar in the middle. We got to get it. I think we get this. We got healers coming on. Sup buddies healing. Because look at all those orbs, right? Those are death for a lot of teams. They don't know how to handle it. But we have 5 people. We have 3 orbs on top of the team. And I don't think anyone dies from this because our bishop is healing with fountain. Our phantoms are healing. And you can't use iframes on this altar, right? So you have to be able to have some sort of support heals. And cleared it. 1 person died. 2 people died. But cleared it, right? So again, these are tough situations that we've been able to overcome. That gear helps a little bit, but it's still just not enough, right? We have coordination and timing and people doing their job to help out the team, right? 2 people died, but we cleared the altar. Huge. 1 rotted, 2 rotteds fail, right? So deaths are not as much, game changing as missing a mechanic, a rotted or something like that, right? We have single deaths here and there. We still have 7 lives left, 6 lives. We have a lot of options with our Sia and our 2 Phantoms and our Buccaneers and our Bishop's heals. We have a lot, right? And we're saying people will not get hit by that popcorn there. Orbs are going left. And orbs during popcorn, orbs are a great time to reposition if you have a popcorn blocker. So we're all trying to reposition here. Get those orbs. Like all 3 of us are on the left side. And then it switches. Black altars coming on the team. We got there fast. We did a heck of a job on that one. Looked like Sia iframe saved us there. I think so. So see iframe is up. Black altar right there. So we get it. And I wonder if I die here. Yep, I did. So this little thing. So this is, people are wondering about Sia. When does Sia go support? When does Sia go DPS? Kind of depends on your team, right? If you need to see a DPS, you need to see a DPS. But this thing goes unnoticed, right? This little icon on top is what saved me right there. Probably saved a few other people too as well. Probably just me. But when those 3 orbs are on the team, like that can wipe us. Yeah. So like the debuff went off. He had to reset it. So that means he saved a few people. So I would say keeping people alive is huge, right? Keeping people alive is huge. I wonder if that was a full heal. See, I'm on it. There's a heal. There's my whole life. So I'm trying to heal 23 Ks. That's just not enough heals. I wonder if that was a 200K heal proc. But anyways, yeah. Honestly, that Sia support is unmatched. A Bishop can't beat that. Bishop can't do that. So an unfortunate weird dive there. Just unfortunate. But, and this is Petrify. So this is the 20% mark. 2 minutes left. A good spot to be in. We've been here before, actually, earlier in the day. We had a better time than this, and we choked it at the end. So we're excited about the time, but we know at this moment we just got to finish strong, lock in. And again, comes with experience. You just can't. You can watch videos as much as you want, watch our runs, but until you experience it as a team, you can't really do anything about it. You don't know how to handle it until you've kind of experienced it. So there's something with the Petrify that I'll talk about later that we could have done to prevent it. We've tried that. Asia does better than us, but we weren't able to do it in this instance with a stun and avoid that Petrify. But here we are. A few people died from that Petrify because of orb ticks and things like that. Slashes. And the thing about Petrify is a little hard to, takes a few skills to realize what the rotation is. So just be wary of that. And I think it's going to be blue hand next. Yep. Okay, yeah. So at this point, I know what the rotation is. I'm calling it out. Black altar. So this is another tough one, right? Because Petrify screws up the skill rotation, the timing, but altars are still running through. So in this instance, 1 minute 45 left. Dive here is going up, and a black altar spawns right here. And we just say we can't get it. We have to blink up. And so we just forget it. And we actually forget another one later in the fight. It makes it a little more hectic. But something you kind of have to decide on the fly. Like, we can't get that altar right there. So we know we're going to have to try and get the next one. But we're just saying, get these orbs out. Get these orbs out. Move out of the way. People are dying to take damage, things like that. And it's just, popcorn's coming. Dash is going to come. Can't get hit by those meteors, we're saying. Watch out for these orb ticks. Healing. So a lot of stuff is going on. And it's the last minute, right? Our burst is coming up. I survived that again. That's Sia. So that was another. Our Sia saved us. 9. Because that was a misplaced dash, unfortunately. Right? So here, he's going to dash. Oh, where Edward is. Yeah. So unfortunately, he dashed middle. And we all got survived because that icon right here on the top, I'm pointing at the screen. So I think most of us survived there because of that Sia. V3. But again, chaos. Orbs are literally right on the team, right on the boss. He dashed to the middle. Sia buff saved us, but we're not out of the woods, right? People are screaming in comms, get those orbs out of the way. Tornado's going to come right here. Blink's going to come. We have blockers set up. And so we're at the finish line, right? Probably about less, 10% left. Could fall apart. We had all our burst skill, black altar on the left, right on the orb, right there. Black altar. I'll play it back a little bit. Tornado. Another poor, unfortunate timing. Black altar right there, literally as he's flying up. Back to back blink or dives and black altars. We can't do anything about this. We got to forget about the altar. We're gonna get rotted on at the end. People are kind of, unfortunately we tried to get him to dive to us over here, but unfortunately he went to knuckle in the middle. And it's chaos. We're just orbs are to the left. Frenchies goes down to rotted or branding right there. We're just screaming at him to res. We stun it right here. Maybe not the best stun. Rotted. Orbs left. Whoever was on orb duty right here killed it. Arandi, sup buddy, Nageling, killed it. Look at those orbs on the left side. Huge. All the DPS, big DPS on the right side. The rotted was in a nice spot. We'll give it that. But still, orb plus rotted, blue hands, everything is the orbs are coming back right. People are forgetting about orbs at this point, right? Perfect dash to the right side. Slashes, and we're just kill it. We're just trying to kill it right here. Orbs, copy and Arandi. These people did a great job with orbs, and we downed it. Hyped. Listen to the comms video in the description. That one is as excited as I've been, as the team has been. We were grinding 2 hours plus on this today just to clear on this run. We got it done. Had a lot of close calls. We were tired. It was late at night. We were drained. We got it done. Hyped for the team. We were stoked about this one. We wanted a picture kind of just to flex on the doubters, the haters. Just 933. And the insane part is, right, people were wondering, I talked about it, how we were going to make up for that Mercedes bug damage and clear. Because he did like 1.3 bill damage or a trillion damage with the bug, right? So we had to make up that DPS somehow. My DPS went up 10 bill damage. Boss beat DPM. I was 51 previously, 61 this time. So that's 100 bill, almost 100 bill damage increase for me. And I think across the board, like Frenchie's still cranked 800 bill. Edward was aggro the entire time. He was at 73, so he was probably like around 75, almost 80 bill DPM. Frenchie's was over 80 bill DPM. Knuckle cranked. I was fourth at 61 bill DPM. Huge progress by everyone. Everyone showed up, showed out, and again, it's not just about the DPS. I wish I got the healing charts. Maybe I'll get a screenshot of it from someone else, but the healing was huge. It saved us. The Sea of V3 saved us. But it was mechanics, right? You saw how many times our positioning was great. Boss was on the right, orb was on the left, orbs were on the left. We got altars, but you also saw how chaotic it was at the end, right? Just looking it over, watching it, talking about it, it could have fallen apart so easily with the rotted, the altars, the blinks, the dashes, everything. But we got it done. And without these people on the screen, all the support classes, who knows? We used time leads accordingly to maximize burst throughout the fight, while also trying to make sure we had enough reses. So I know Mirjane was using it in phase 1 to maximize DPS, and also in phase at the end right there to get our burst up. Huge overall. DPS charts don't tell the story. Everyone killed it. Everyone is S tier. And really just handled the pressure, because some instances it could have fell apart. Some instances weren't perfect. It wasn't a perfect run by any means, but we got it done. And we were hyped about this. Wanted the picture. We were, this is hype. Just excited, just a smile on my face, just thinking about it. Just last night, we were just couldn't go to sleep. Just hyped the team, proud of the team. We got 1 week to rest, get our buffs up, get it back again next week. That is the fun, right? Just 1 clear isn't enough, 2 clears is enough. Next week is absolute attempts, more attempts for armors. Stigma attempts, we're about it. We're hyped. This is what it's all about. I hope that this helps um, get people excited, motivated, helps them in some way get their clears. I think only two Asia teams have cleared, and us in NA. So I know Inosis is close. I know they can get it done before this reset. I'm sure other Asia teams are grinding hard so they don't fall behind as far as gear wise. Shout out to Sephir's team. They got 3 out of 10 hit their Stigma armors on the first try after their first clear. They're a week ahead of us, so that's hype. Hopefully we get some of that good luck in our next run. But excited to share this. Excited for the team. Proud of the team. Yeah, this one felt good. This one felt good, and I hope it helps. Give us confidence to clear sooner, do better next time, and hopefully helps you guys as well. Get your clears as well, and share this excitement, share this joy with your team, your friends that you've been grinding with for a long, long time. So thank you again for watching. Don't forget to show some love to the other teammates here that have their content. They're showing their point of views. Check out their channels, subscribe to them, like their videos, congratulate them, and thank you. Appreciate you guys. See you guys next time.